Hello everyone, it's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with another exciting video. And in this video, I'm going to be mainly just talking off the top of my head about something that my friend Kratos said. So Kratos more or less was like, hey, the Weapon Ultra content is cool content, but I'm not personally really into Weapon Ultra. Something about it just isn't really grabbing me. And I said to Kratos, you can create your own ultrasona, right? Where essentially you imagine what it would be like if you existed in another universe and you had Weapon Ultra's powers and abilities, and you essentially create your own version of Weapon Ultra that fits your interest. So even if you think Weapon Ultra is kind of lame, you can always just create your own version of him, because he's an open source character. You can change him however you want and make him just work for you and your interest. So he's like, yeah, that's cool. If I was to make my own ultrasona, it would probably be a medieval fantasy thing. And that got me thinking, what would be a pretty simple Weapon Ultra medieval fantasy idea? So that's what this is. It's going to be an idea pitch for Weapon Ultra medieval fantasy adventure. So essentially, Weapon Ultra has the ability to fly at warp speed, which means he can fly so fast that he can warp time and space around himself. So essentially, Weapon Ultra can travel to different universes and even time travel and stuff like that, but that really isn't a part of his power description. Warp speed is just how fast he can go. It's not he normally travels through time, or that he normally travels to other universes or other dimensions. So it wouldn't be surprising if Weapon Ultra at one point is just flying super fast through space, and then suddenly, poop, he just is in an alternate universe. So I could see Weapon Ultra flying through space, accidentally warping onto an alternate Earth that's a medieval fantasy Earth, then trying to warp off of the planet, but then quickly discovering that there's a spell cast over the world that allows beings to warp into that reality, but they can't warp out. So now Weapon Ultra has to journey through this medieval fantasy world in search of a wizard that's powerful enough to break the anti-warp spell in order for Weapon Ultra to return to his world. So he ends up going on adventures, meeting a bunch of different characters from different medieval fantasy races, maybe fighting and riding dragons, creating crazy constructs that are themed based off of his different sights he's seen in this medieval fantasy world. Maybe he successfully is able to find a wizard who breaks the spell that prevents him from warping out, but as soon as he does, it introduces additional problems to the medieval fantasy world that he then has to try and rectify. So you could have a spin-off plot from that. Maybe he builds a relationship within this medieval fantasy world, not necessarily even a romantic relationship, even a friendship or a partnership. Maybe he doesn't just warp himself back to our reality, but warps some medieval fantasy characters or items with him back to his normal continuity. So then now you have a Weapon Ultra who maybe has access to a spell book or some other kind of magic item, and maybe he's a more magic focused Weapon Ultra because he has awareness of the existence of magic and he has this alternate universe magic. Or maybe Weapon Ultra doesn't take any people or items with him back to his world, but now that he knows of the existence of this medieval fantasy world, he occasionally goes there on adventures. Maybe he goes there as a place for him to just relax and hang out with his medieval fantasy friends, but then sometimes shit hits the fan and he has to help him out. There are a lot of different ways that you can take a medieval fantasy Weapon Ultra, but I want to hear you guys' thoughts on this idea. Definitely let me know in the comment section below your thoughts, and let's discuss this further on our Discord. Also, I want to know if you don't vibe with Weapon Ultra, right? If you're Weapon Ultra is kind of lame, what would you change about Weapon Ultra to make him more interesting to you? Let me know that in the comment section below and on the Discord. Thank you all for watching. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these videos. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, logging out. Peace. Chicka da cow.